guys, it's Andrea, and in today's video I will be flipping through my bullet journal. For this journal I used an Archer and Olive notebook and I really liked it, so let's get started. On the cover I have my key, and here I just wrote my name. This is my cover page. It's 2019-2020. I used this bullet journal from August 2019 to May 2020, so basically I used it all throughout this school year. The first page in my bullet journal is this quote page, "Trust the magic of new beginnings." I thought it was really fitting for the start of a new bullet journal as well as the start of a new school year. This is one of the most helpful spreads I've made. I saw this in Amanda Rachley's channel. It's a great spacing cheat sheet. So basically it's helpful for when you want to make spreads and make boxes. You don't have to count and divide the dots. They are already marked in here. Over here I have my year at a glance. Next I have my bookshelf and Instagram tracker. In here I just made a small travel journal for my summer vacations. And this is the first monthly spread I made. It's from August. As I was just getting into school, I thought it would be cool to make it stationery themed. Here I made my schedule and some to-do lists. This is my first weekly spread. I made these little boxes look like they were notebook pages. Next, for my September theme, I went for a science theme. So here I have this quote, "Think like a proud and always positive," and did all science-related doodles on this side of the page. Here's my monthly spread, and here are like some periodic table symbols. My first weekly spread of the month. Next, for my October theme, I tried to go for something simpler as I was kind of having a busy month at school, so I decided to go for this geometric theme. This is my monthly spread, and in the weekly spreads you can clearly see that I didn't have as much time to make my spreads as they were much simpler. This is a playlist spread, songs that I was really listening to a lot at the moment. I accidentally skipped a page in here and I stuck this quote that I really liked. Another weekly spread. Here I didn't even finish it, so it was kind of a busy week. For November I went for a fall theme, so here I did this leaf wreath and it also has some acorns in it. Here is a quote. I made it quite in a simple style. Here's my first weekly of the month. I was kind of busy as well, you can see the long to-do lists, and I didn't do any drawings. My second weekly spread. Then for this week I actually really liked how this spread turned out. Then for December I didn't have a theme actually. I didn't even know what I was going for. So I saw this on Pinterest and I thought that I would give it a try. It's like this scrapbook theme. Over here I wrote a huge travel quote because I was traveling that month and I thought it was really fitting. So as you can see, no consistency in the theme. Here I tried to give it more of a travel style. Then again, I made this spread trying to stick with the travel theme, a city, but I never really used it. Again, I didn't know what I was trying to go for in here. The colors in December didn't really have a theme. And this was the last week of school before winter break, so I didn't really use it. Then again, here I tried to go back to the scrapbook theme, and I was actually learning calligraphy with the Broth Nib pens, and I made this quote. I really liked it. And here I decided to go for a one-page weekly instead of my usual two-page spread. Then during the winter break I went to San Francisco and I made a bit of a travel journal in here, so I stuck a picture that I took each day and then wrote a little bit about what I did and my thoughts about it. And here I just made a bit of a collage. again with the scrapbook theme that I don't know what I was going for in December. Then, with the end of the year, I just wrote 19 highlights of 2019, which are things that happened in 2019 that I'm really grateful for and that I'm really excited about. Then I made this 2020 cover page. In here, I made my 20 in 2020 spreads where I wrote my New Year's goals, 20 things that I wanted to achieve in this year. In here, I just made this quote inspired by Amanda Rachley. For January, I went for a crystal and gemstone theme, and I really liked how they turned out. This is my monthly spread. I really like this washi tape. I think that it adds up a lot to the spread. Here's my first weekly spread, and this was my first week back to school after winter break. I really like this spread. I also really liked how this spread turned out. I think January was a pretty good month for my bullet journal. And then, this was the last week of January. I had a really busy week with school, so I went for a really simple theme in my bullet journal. For February, I went for this mason jar floral theme, and I actually have a plan with me video up in my channel. I'll link it up in the tab and down in the description so you can check it out. Here I made a February goals page. I was trying to make monthly goals, but that didn't really work out, so I didn't do it in the next months. And here I made this master to-do list as I was full of projects, both personally and in school. So I thought that it would be easier to just write the projects in here instead of every day in my to-do list. And here is my monthly spread. The first weekly spread, apparently I didn't get to use it a lot, but I think that it turned out pretty cute. Again, I didn't use it this week. Here, I put a little bit more effort into the weekly spread and used it a little bit more. March is one of my favorite months in my bullet journal. I went for this aesthetic kind of vibe. Here's my monthly spread. I incorporated some craft paper, and I didn't really get to use this monthly spread a lot because that's when classes get cancelled due to the coronavirus, so I didn't really use this spread. Then I accidentally skipped some pages, but I decided to make this quote page, and this page is one of my favorite pages in my whole bullet journal. I really liked how it turned out. Then here's my first weekly spread. Then this was my first week of online classes, so you can see the long to-do list of assignments that I had to get done. Again, online classes, long to-do lists. Next, for my April theme, I decided that I wanted to go with something a little bit more colorful, so I went for this theme with like leaves and these small gray dots, and I really liked it. I had a lot more time to dedicate to my bullet journal so I could do more elaborate spreads, and I really liked how it turned out. In here, I just wrote some things that I wanted to do during quarantine and things to do in case I got bored. In here, I made this spread for the books that I was going to read, and I actually didn't get to do all of the comments on them, and this is the first of my weekly spreads for April. In here, I was adding more products to my skincare routine, and I was getting kind of confused in which order you should use each one of them, so I made this list for my morning and night routine for skincare. Then, I read a lot about law of attraction and thought that it would be a great time to start practicing it, so I just wrote down like the basics of law of attraction and how to start practicing it. Then again, another weekly spread. In here, I was back to online school. The long to-do lists made a comeback. I also have on top my class schedule. May is the last month in my bullet journal, and I decided to go for this flower theme. I drew these in a separate sheet of paper and then cut them and glued them so it looked like stickers. I really liked how this spread turned out, but I didn't use it as much as I was trying another system to keep track of all my assignments. And this is the last 2-page weekly spread that I made in my bullet journal. This was my last week of online school, so I'm done with my junior year of high school. And I really like how it turned out. It's like simple but still cute. For the last 2 weeks of May, I decided to include the both of them into a same spread. because I know that now that I'm done with school, I won't be doing as much things that I need to write down. But I really liked how it turned out. I especially like this little box with flowers right here. And that's all for my bullet journal. This is the first time that I finished an entire bullet journal from start to finish, and I found that bullet journaling was really helpful and enjoyable for me, as it really helped me stay organized and on track of all the things that I needed to get done, as well as to have a little bit of a creative outlet. And that's all for this video. I hope that you liked it, and see you next time. Bye!